The next chapter is about to begin. Join us live every Tuesday and Thursday for brand new episodes of the American Contractor Show. Our mission is to bring you the latest tools, innovations, and knowledge to help you become the most informed contractor in your market. Knowledge is the ultimate power, and we are connecting you with the most knowledgeable minds in our industry. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. American Contractors, I hope you're ready. This one's for you.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor who's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm meteorologist Andrew Myers. If you haven't checked out our awesome sponsors, please do. They're linked on our Facebook post, so you can check out Art of the Supplement, C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, see all the cool things they do. Big thanks to them for making all of this possible. And with that, let's just jump right in. So our main story for today is going to be our scattered wind threat. We also do have a small hail threat through the Central Plains, but the big story is going to be wind from West Coast all the way to East Coast, actually. So we've got quite a few areas that are going to see some severe storms, but it is mostly going to be a wind threat today. But into tomorrow, we will see hail chances return to the Central Plains along with more wind threats. So we'll talk a little bit about today's and tomorrow's forecasts. And then we're going to take another look at the Atlantic, see what that's been up to over the weekend and if there's any storms a-brewing. So we'll take a look at the Atlantic in a moment, but let's get started with our hail forecast map for today. So like I said, it is going to be a limited risk to western Nebraska for today. We do have a little bit of model disagreement about whether some storms can form in that region, but if they do, we could see hail chances in the $quarter to $half size range, possibly a little bit larger if that storm is able to form and then get rolling, but we are looking again at a low end chance of $quarter to $half sized hail through western Nebraska. And then, like I said, the main story is going to be wind threats from, like I said, West Coast all the way out to the East Coast. So our biggest area of wind risks is going to be through California, Oregon, and Idaho. Here we could see some damaging winds in that area with some of the scattered storms that are going to form this afternoon. And then we've also got wind risks in Arizona with some scattered storms, Texas, and the East Coast, as we'll have a few bands of storms moving through those regions. And we could see some small hail through some of those storms, maybe a couple ones get stronger than others and produce some severe hail, but it will be limited to a mostly wind threat for today, with our hail threat being in western Nebraska. So let's take a look at our future radar here. So here is our look at the storms through California, Oregon, and Idaho. You can see those forming in the late afternoon hours and then kind of rolling across the states as the evening moves forward, producing some damaging winds along with these scattered storms. Looks kind of similar through Arizona here. We're going to have these storms popping up in the late afternoon hours around 4 Central Time and then pushing southwestward across the southern part of the state, producing some damaging winds and possibly some hail along with them, but again, mostly damaging winds with these storms. And then through Nebraska. So here's our hail threat through Nebraska. We're just moving west to east. So here's our hail threat. We've got that one storm, like I said, pushing through the western part of the state. If that is able to form, we could see some severe hail along with it, possibly some gusty winds as well. But this is going to produce $quarter to $half sized hail as that pushes through the western part of the state. Then down into Texas, we have more model agreement on this one. We've got quite a few storms forming through the southern part of the state. You can see those pushing through at around 4 to 5 Central Time, kind of popping up through there. and a few of those could produce some gusty and damaging winds along with them. And then finally, our East Coast threat. So really scattered wind chances throughout today. So this is going to be all the way from West Coast to East Coast. We're seeing these storms forming along this line from Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, pushing their way east and producing some damaging winds along with those. So into tomorrow, we're going to see a broader hail risk across the Central Plains. Low end chances $0.25 to $0.50, but it is covering Nebraska, Kansas, even a little bit into northern Texas, and parts of the plains of Colorado here. We could see some severe hail in the $0.25 to $0.50 size range with that. And a few storms could really get rolling and produce some larger hail than that. You know how the plains work. We could always see some larger hail with a few of those stronger storms, but we're looking at low-end chances of $0.25 to $0.50 sized hail with the storms that are expected to form tomorrow afternoon. And then similarly, we've got a wind threat through the Central Plains, through same area here. We could see with those storms that form some gusty winds that happen along with those. And then some gusty winds as well through a similar region today. So through parts of California and Nevada into Oregon, Idaho, and even into Montana. We could see some severe winds rolling through with the storms into tomorrow afternoon. So let's take a peek at those. So here are our Central Plains storms forming along the Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma region, pushing their way southeastward, and a few of those producing some gusty winds and severe hail along with those tomorrow afternoon and evening. Then into the West Coast, we've got more scattered storms happening around, again, late afternoon to early evening hours and pushing northeastward through Oregon, Idaho, and Montana with some gusty winds and possibly a couple of larger hailstones here and there. And then finally, our latest from the NHC. So National Hurricane, 2 tropical disturbances now. So we've got one here along the Windward Islands in the Central Atlantic, and then another one just starting to come off of the coast of Africa. So 2 disturbances here. We are seeing a low chance of them forming a disturbance or a depression in a couple of days, but by the end of the week, both of these could actually have a chance of forming a tropical depression, maybe even a tropical storm. So this first storm here is actually moving westward, and what's limiting it right now is that it's moving westward too quickly. So we're not going to be able to see it form if it keeps pushing through the Central Atlantic too quickly, but then once it gets into the Caribbean, it's expected to slow down a little bit, and that's when it could form a tropical depression or tropical storm. And then this disturbance off the coast of Africa just has plenty of time as it rolls across the Atlantic to gain some of that energy from that nice warm water and form a tropical disturbance or a tropical depression or a tropical storm. So we'll keep you updated on these guys, see what happens over the next couple of days. And if you guys want to stay tuned to our forecasts, please do. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit the See First button on Facebook if you never want to miss our forecasts, and smash that subscribe button on everything else. And then if you do want to get in contact with us, we like hearing from you guys. So our phone number is 855-334-4245. You can also email us at info@hailtrace.com or check out our website, hailtrace.com. You can see more about the company, what we do, who we are. So get in contact with us. We do like hearing from you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please call us, email us, or check out our website. I'm meteorologist Andrew Myers. Thanks for watching.